Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Survival Fountain of Youth. Let's press start while the music still runs. And I picked this game instead of the Volheim playthrough I'm usually doing because I'm not going to do that because I messed up badly in that game. So let's follow and concentrate on this. Survival Fountain of Youth is a game set in, let's move this one back a bit, in the 17th century during the Age of Exploration, when everything was still unknown to people and somebody was actually looking for the Fountain of Youth at that time. We're going to pick up our main character, skip, no. So we're going to pick it up from the very start. It's, in some aspects, similar to Windrose, and I actually think Windrose is having used some of the things from this game in their game, the developers of Windrose. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. So, same idea. So that means tropical, Caribbean, in this case, area. We have the ships and everything. But let's just start.
This story is inspired by real events. According to historic records, on March 4th, 1513, three ships sailed from Puerto Rico. They were heading to faraway islands and were led by the famous explorer Juan Ponce de Leon. The goal of the expedition was to search for the legendary Fountain of Youth. It all began in Puerto Rico, when Governor Juan Ponce de Leon gave military support to the chief Gaibana in a war against other tribes. The Spanish soldiers quickly ended the war and restored peace. The grateful chief told Ponce de Leon an ancient legend of his people, a legend about Bimini, a hidden island lost in the sea. According to the legend, in the center of Bimini is the Fountain of Youth. Anyone who drinks from it will enjoy long years of health and youth. The chief also gave him an old map, covered with inscriptions in an ancient language. The map showed an uncharted group of islands. The location to search was clear, but the inscriptions were still a mystery to uncover. The captain believed in the legend and began to prepare an expedition. The best scientists and sailors of the New and Old Worlds volunteered to join his adventure. A total of 3 ships sailed off: the Santiago, the Santa Maria, and the San Cristobal. Ponce de Leon was sure that the ancient map would lead them to the fountain and bring them fame, wealth, and eternal youth. The voyage to the islands took an entire month. On the 30th day of the journey, the lookout spotted islands up ahead. They were the islands from the map. The expedition was just 1 day from its goal.
Usually, that means trouble. So we're going to start aboard the ship. And this is the story message. We have unique items. Actually, it's funny that this is already going to do a problem. It's already going to show what's going to happen. We have chronicles to discover a lot. We have books to read. There's of course the information about weather effect, disease, injuries, pest, how to fight stuff, how to map, how to build, and how to trap animals. It's all tutorial, and we have an event log showing the overall game process. But I have to tell one thing in advance. I played this game before, as you probably noticed, so I know what to expect. This is the usual looking around with the mouse, WASD for movements, E to activate. So I know what to expect. I also know that I will encounter two things I absolutely won't like. And for the sake of my mood, I will skip those things. So that's it. This is the back. We can't get there. Captain's door. We will be there later. There's no need to explore stuff. We have to go to the front of the ship. Oh, by the way, not this time. All of a sudden, we get a sword. So block it. Blocking is a powerful hit. Blocking is absolutely weird. Also, apparently we're able to. There's a storm coming up. We have to go there and there's nothing. So there's escape. Now we have to go back to take. Funny thing is. Ah, that man. Captain's camp. The funny thing is, as you can see, we see everything here broken. But if I look at the cage door, it's broken probably from the outside in and not from the inside out. Which is weird. There's the other one of the animals. Movement is terrible, by the way. Something I already knew, actually. So, weapons. Some curious items. The coat. Spyglass. So if this is the captain's cabin, captain is very, very far away. I have no idea where he is. So that's where we have to put the map. Ow. I'm actually wondering why you would have a shield, but this is going to show us where you find. Look at this landmark, big skeleton and that stone. And here comes the trick. I can only take 2 items. Now if I look at this, we have several things to choose from. First of all, leather backpack, a navy coat, iron flint, fishing rod, spear, but as you can see, a very small red bar, an iron axe, iron knife, bag of provisions, a pistol, and a bag of medicine. Now, by the way, no wind is a bit weird when you're in the middle of a storm, but never mind. The bar beside is actually durability. That means at some point it will run out. What I will do is bring pistol, because I will need it at some point, and the medicine. I could use axe, but eventually I will have to fall back to another axe anyway. The raincoat, the leather backpack is nice, but at some point I can't repair it, so what's the use of it? It will take a long time before I can repair it. Navy coat, protect me from bad weather and animal attack. Sounds nice, but no. Flint, start fires, okay. So that's maybe useful. Fishing rods to get food, iron spear, defending, iron axe, building, cutting down, weapon, knife, harvesting, weapon, and provisions to eat. So if I look at the pistol, it's going to make my survivability a little better, because we will encounter animals that need bullets to be dealt with. Medicine is also very useful because we will get sick. And speaking of sickness, food, water, energy, health. So that is done. Now let's jump. Surprisingly, without getting hurt by the glass.
The storm came out of nowhere. None of us were ready for it. Strong winds and giant waves blew up in a split second and crashed into the ship. The sails were torn apart and the ship slammed into the reefs. The sailors jumped from their bunks and tried to save the ship. But It was too late. I came to my senses on the sandy shore. My memories were gone. I could not even remember my name. But I was alive, and hoped that at least one of my fellow crew members had also escaped.
And this is where the story sets off. After we get motion sickness. It's actually taking a little bit too long to my liking to get up. But... So we still continue to have quests. We are on an island. Don't think... No, not yet. So picking up items will unlock blueprints. See parts of the ship here. That's another island. In the distance, got coconuts. New blueprint. Crafting. Food, medicine, tools. This is everything we can craft from the start. So let's run it over. Food opens green coconut. If I want to craft that one, done. Every crafting takes time, by the way. The tools, stone cutter. Eventually, as you can see, we are able to get better tools or more useful tools. Fire starter, need 2 small sticks. Stone cutter, need a single stone. Weapons, a torch, need a stick. Improved torch, lamp oil, stick, and everything we have is actually showing up in green. Wooden spear, wooden arrows. Then equipment, and this is actually why I didn't bring the coat, because we're already able to craft a leaf cape at start. Sandals, a liana belt, portable box, which is basically a very small backpack. Captain's hat is a special item. Then a bed of leaves, a hut, a canopy, food dehydrators to preserve stuff, and these are decoration parts we can craft later, or we already have the items, but ships. Liana rope, coconut flask to carry water, portable leaf bed, basically a bed I can drop everywhere, ship repair kits, and we have resources, long sticks, branches, half logs. One moment. I really should move my mute button elsewhere. Hollow logs, split logs, seized salt, build a toolkit. So those are the current things I can do. Quenching thirst quest. We've got a map for the grotto. We've got the artification nodes. Over time we will get the points I can use, and I will be able to use everything. Next goal. Actually, this is only thirst, so I'm not going to use that. We're going to need a stone axe. And the nice part is early, everything, absolutely everything is done. Showing what to do. Also, resources are renewable in a way, but it will 20 to 22 days before it actually is available again. We also need stone. And we're currently carrying too much. It's not a problem. Because we are able to do this and that. Getting box made of branches, fence, twig storage, campfire. Campfire with stones. See, that's why I said I'm not going to worry. Charcoal and ship repair. Everything we can do. No. Still carrying too much. Let me think. Then we're going to do it like that. Crafting. Because we can craft new weapon. And I will need that later. I'm not going to do that. We'll be able to build boxes and everything. Wait, we need to crouch first. I'm not mistaken, it was hold and then tap. It is, except there's a terrible drop off. So I don't need to aim at it, but above it. Bingo. You also get a free raft. Nice. Raft, because we had roasted crab. Yeah, I need leaf cape. But I was actually looking for that portable box. I need another leaf. Okay. Let's collect some items because everything we collect will eventually unlock a blueprint. Every blueprint will help us survive longer. Yeah. Done. So we need a fire starter. I will do that here. After we got ourselves another crab. Never mind. Craft thing. Mollusk. That's actually food. But it also gives us an indigestion chance. So I need fire starter. I could have brought the flint with me. Those are my levels. Currently throwing 1, aim speed plus 5%, stamina drop, and I need skill books for the last. Lots of stuff I will go through later. We also get rewards from everything we do at some point. And that too will help. Currently, what I need is a place to sleep. I need one more leaf for that. Place to sleep. Raising resource and build. That's basically how things work. I also need another, this is another bed for later. I need this. No. Stones. Raise resource escape. Good news. Is this. The bad news is that I need to get used to the mechanics again. Bingo. And now we can craft this. I can actually sleep for, let's sleep for 6 hours. Yeah, I'm very hungry, I know. Inventory. Lots of items. I need charcoal. I need small sticks. Small sticks. I need a single stone to repair. Okay. Nope. Repair. Sticks. That failed. Okay. Now what I need is this. Wait. Don't tell me I really need to get more crabs for food. Don't tell me that I ran out of... Let's do this. Fire is already off. How's that possible? Bingo. So we've got the charcoal. And now I'm going yeah, crafting. At some point I'm going to be able to do everything at a workbench, fortunately. But I need this. There, liana rope. What liana, one narrow leaf. And that unlocks new blueprints. That's the whole thing. Everything I do right now is unlocking new blueprints. So let's see, what do we have? Bow and spindle. Stone spear, which is actually better than a wooden one. We've got a weak bow. We get the canopy, a regular workbench, the carpenter workbench, a skin dryer. We've got a raft and the improved raft. And that's it for now. Also, no, I need a white leaf. I was about to say I need get a white belt, but I need white leaf for that. Yeah, the cartographer tree. That tree is going to be very important everywhere on a map. So I'm going to place a ladder. I'm not actually climbing things myself, I think. As a matter of fact, I am climbing the tree. It's very high. Everybody who is afraid of heights, well, I won't look down for you, but you will notice that I have to look down a little bit. This is actually how things look for us. And look at that. Remember that first map we got? I will climb up a little bit more. Bingo. Then that. So I'm able to get on the branches That's stone. Um, we got a single point in fire starting, so we get 10% chance to ignition in that. But journal grotto location map. That stone, that skeleton. That's what we have to look for. Now, look at that stone. And if I move forward a little bit, there's a skeleton. You can't see all because of the point disappear. So that's the grotto we have to look for. There's a lot to discover here. First, we're going to create a map. Mapping. It will take some time. Done. And here we are. So this is our island. We have starfish, sea urchins here. We have crabs, coconut palm, long stick, stone, my bed, more crabs, a raft, sea urchin, starfish, liana, cartography. That's the small island we are on. And up here, interesting item. White leaf, stone, long stick, white leaf, coconut, living water. So we have actually some things to look at. This is the most primitive. This is the island of hope and everything around it. It's also called bird region. So the kind of biomes, this is different to what some of the other games are doing, like Windrose. We know the kind of biomes we have here: beach, mountain, savanna, jungle, swamp, and cave. That's all on this island. We have boars, dogs, dorados, crabs, chicken, harpies, turtles, jackals, peccary, snake, and scorpions here. Which means some are useful, all are dangerous. Let's rule that immediately out. Everything is dangerous. Well, maybe not the chickens, but everything else can be. And turtles, not sure. Chickens and turtles may not be, but in general, everything is dangerous. We have a list of key vegetation: bamboo, bread tree, uh, chamomile or chamomile, something, corals, dalbergia, eucalyptus, hibiscus, sage, strelitzia, seaweed, tobacco, vines. All of these are useful. We have a stone and an obsidian mine, and eventually we can find 6 chronicles here. Finally, there is a global map. 6 regions, including the ones we are currently. The bird region, weather, often sunny, occasional rain, resource, the number of interesting sites, the number of pieces of the native map, and the tool sets. We will get to other regions later. Now, I have to climb all those mapping trees. That basically means I need to carry charcoal with me at all times. It's also nightfall, by the way. That's one of the things to keep an eye on. Everything else will be noticed in here. So I'm not going to. Yeah, the event log may be interesting. For characters, we have a point here. So we have 1 point in concentration, SP survival points. Every time we get points, things will increase. Everything I do. Right now, we have this. We can craft certain items for an extra survival point. If I do that, I can use those survival points in there. Currently, fire starting is 1. Mapping is at level 1, which means it's going a little bit faster. Everything will give a point. If I do something special, I get a survival point. If I have a survival point, I can spend it here, which will help me, like concentration mode, very useful. Resist, very useful. But as you can see, the only one having a point is concentration right now. Everything helps. Better control of hunger, better control of thirst, better sleep, better learning. Very important actually. So some will done immediately, some will pay off later. What I do need is food. So let's go down, try to hunt for this is one of the things I don't like. Because now I do have to look down a little bit. Let's go down, find some coconuts, or maybe some other items which I can actually use in the fire. We had sea urchins and sea stars. Which I thought I could use them. Weather effects, yep, I know. Also, I do have an oxygen bar here, as you can see. So, just like Subnautica, to compare the swimming part, just like Subnautica, I will have to get some fresh air every once in a while. There are fishes, but the only way to get those is with a harpoon, and I don't have that one yet. I thought I had 2 urchins and starfish. 2 urchins and starfish, okay. Hey. Right, I was using the wrong key. Over time, I'm going to be pretty good with this. And over time, I can upgrade my fire for other things too. Let's eat. Caviar. Ah, shoot. If I knew. Well, never mind. Thirst. Coconuts. I should be able to harvest those buggers. So, new blueprint. More important. This. And that. Because this is food and that's water, and having 100% water is nice, although I am lacking energy right now. I'm also able to make a coconut flask over time, which is very useful to carry some water with me. So sleep. 4, 8, 10 hours. Sleeping is costing time. Always. Primitive ship repair kit. Craft. Ship repair kit. 4 small sticks. 6 small sticks and 2 narrow leaves. Okay. Small sticks and narrow leaf. Let's hope. Not that one. No, hang on. This one. Small sticks. I'm out of small sticks. No, I'm not. And narrow leaves. Crafting. Repair. Craft. Repair a sea vessel. So it's almost time to leave. always gather food. This will be tricky. Always gather your food. And the reason for that is simple. You'll need it. Change. Let's see. I'm not standing on it. Okay. I will need another ship repair item. For various reasons. The most important one that I need that raft for a while, which means I would like to have it in a very good condition. Can't disassemble that. I had the music on, by the way. I can actually do this later. The nice part of it is it's having a bed. Okay, it's among other items. So first ships, other items. Crafting level 1. Good. Also durability is gone from the X. Adding 1000 health points. Repairing level 1. At least I'm able to use it a little bit more now. Inventory. To repair I need 1 stone. And that massive stone is going to be used later. Also, if I repair something, I may actually, no, not may, I will use items and I will lose durability until some point I'm actually able to get better, and that has to do with this. Better learning, etc. And more important, these things. This gave me crafting, but we also have a repairing one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here it is. So reduced repair duration by 5, but what I'm actually able to do at some point getting skill books and I repair something and my durability increases over 100%. Very useful. I will. Let's see. 6 hours fire. 1, 3, 4.5, 6. Ignite. Craft. Going to sleep. After that, we're going to eat. Let's find ourselves a coconut. And when that's done, we're off to the next island. 16 days. Very happily he said, let's find ourselves a coconut. Except we don't have coconuts. I got 6 more kilograms to carry with me. Let's leave it like this and just leave. Close to be overweight. Not really a big problem. Very nice that we can actually see through the sail. Also, as long as I keep pressing W, I'm able to move. The moment I stop doing that, my transport stops moving. So the reason I'm heading for this cave is very simple. We will need it for our progression. New goal. Find survivors. So apparently we're not the only ones. Here's one clue. Buffalo region. So it's very hot in this area. This is one of the regions we have to go to. Buffalo region. If I bring up the map, that's Buffalo region. So we have a reason to do everything get some of the conditions before we can even move to another region. That's an item we can craft later. Now look at this. Yellow leaves. Puffball mushroom. Very nasty crawling thingies, which I don't like. So we're going to take care of that first before we actually move on. Because some of the things we already built are here, and some of those can be done later. Inventory. Drop. I keep that with me. I can drop. Let's drop those leaves here. There's food. Pile of scrap. More leaves. Notes and information. So check the map. Let's check the map on the wall. So in general, it shows us what to do. This is the grotto. There's a big statue. Those are water locations. He lost his spyglass here. And minor spoiler for the next episode, we're heading that direction. I'm going to build my base in this area. There's a reason for it. Multiple reasons, but that bay is quite useful. And we have those creatures. So we know a few things about this island. That's one thing. Location of the Santiago. So he ended up here, I ended up over there. Then we have a letter.
Our captain, Juan Ponce de Leon, also survived the shipwreck. Sea currents brought him to this same island just a bit earlier before my awakening. He located the grotto and made it his temporary shelter. Then he started to act quickly and decisively. After building up the temporary camp, the captain began to explore the island. He named it the Island of Hope. During another trip, he heard distant cannon shots. It was a signal from one of our ships. The captain left this note, then hurriedly packed up and sailed toward the sound of the cannon fire. He was in a rush to help his crew. Running quickly, he forgot his spyglass on the other side of the island. If I find it, I will be able to look around the island.
That's why we had that map. It's a little bit odd that, oh no, that lifeboat was here, so yeah. That exclamation mark is where we have to go. So in general, I'm having a slight problem right now because one of my cats is trying to get attention while on my lap. So she's giving head bumps to one of my hands every time when I try to move it. Anyway, we have new blueprints, dried mushrooms, but we need the food dehydrated for that. And that's basically it. We have quests, new quests. We have new items to look at. And we have throwing at level 2, which means first aiming speed, then less stamina drain. And after that, we need skill books. So what I need to do is basically get ourselves white leaves to be harvested. And with those, I'm still able to still carrying too much. Let's drop the stones close to the fire. No, close to this area. Because that too will get really, cat, you're very annoying. Finally. That too will help. I also need food. The good news, there should be coconut tree nearby. Bingo. So we need, look at that, scorpion venom, leaf, bandage, but right now we need to craft ourselves the hat. Hang on. A hat, a cape, a shirt and sandals. We got the hat. Sandals. We got the cape, shirt. Craft 2 opened green coconuts. Well, that's easy. Get 70 or more food level. We have the liana belt. I need another rope for that. Bandolier. Portable box, but we need long stick for that. And portable leaf bed, but we need liana rope. So the where is it? Box is going to be useful because we get 10 units to carrying weight. First, we also increased crafting and gathering, if I'm not mistaken. So 5 times. First, we're going to eat. And drink. Then I'm going to find what do we need for that box. 2 long sticks. It's a shame that I won't be able to see our character. $28. So the only thing I need is a belt and a bandolier. Except it's getting a little bit dark. So let's craft ourselves a bed. Need a fire. Yotoba gum. Ignite. Sleep 6 hours. Done. So we need 70 or more food level. Let's extinguish the fire. Let's craft food. check, stupid, if we could roast the scorpions. This is the reason why going along the beach is a good idea. Because over time you will be able to find coconuts, everything else. That's what I was looking for. That's basically a hint. That's why it showed interesting item with this area. Now with everything suffering from, what's his name? Usage. I will have to turn things, repair stuff over time. I think we have a turtle over there. Yep. Not sure if I'm able to actually kill it with a spear throw. The thing is bloody fast, frankly speaking. Missed. Gotcha. Let me think. Does it unlock anything? Roasted meat. Yeah, I know. Drawing of the hunter. So we're going to roast some meat and I need to repair the spear. And I need another stone cutter. I'm not going to use the living water. So I need I got a better idea. Let's head back to the beach. Use the little time we have. No, not the little time. Use the little durability we have to hunt for some crabs. Then get another long stick and craft a new spear. This time with a stone tip. So we found a fishing spot. And for that I need a fishing rod, which I don't have. There's no much use for me to actually stay there. It is useful in the future. There they are. Gotcha. I'm getting pretty good in this. I remember first time I played this, I had so much problems with aiming. So now it's actually a lot better. Crafting. Weapons. Stone spear. One liana, one long stick, one stone cutter. Okay. So the only thing I need is a long stick. 60. 15 damage, 60 base durability, 30. So this is indeed a very lot better. Eventually we will get obsidian, and that's the top tier material for this region. Small stick. In that case, I might as well do this. I'm lacking the long stick. Cutting down trees is a bad idea in this game, by the way. This is a lot easier. Yeah, I know. Shoot, I need a workbench. That one. Crafting. No, no. Tools. Stone cutter. Craft. Inventory. Point 1. Good. May actually have to craft another wooden spear. So, things respawn. Got you. I think I'm going actually above what I need to do. prefer to keep my meat for higher levels. I'm going to sleep first, otherwise it's just a waste of food. Let's see. Ah, shoot. Eat. And here we go. Done. We have level 2 fire starting, so less chance to injury. We got level 1 cooking, which means we got slightly better nutrition. And we finished our quest, which means we done the tutorial, which also means we can actually follow whatever we want to do. And like I said, it's going to happen in the next episode that we're going to travel to this location for the spyglass. For now, thanks for watching everybody. I do hope you've been enjoying this first episode of Survival Fountain of Youth, and we will continue our journey next week. Have a good week everybody, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.